I would love to have the country opened up and just raring to go by Easter.
But now the Trump administration is blocking the release of step-by-step CDC guidance meant to help states reopen safely.
Cars jammed Denver's Lincoln Avenue Sunday, a street that's been largely vehicle-free for more than a month now. It's time, these people said, to open up Colorado and live life once again.
One of the bigger questions people have to ask is, this lockdown kind of seems awfully convenient. I mean, we know senators knew about this and they sold stock before the lockdown happened. That's something that's in the public, it's common knowledge. So we know, even on, if you want to say on like a low tier level, that these people knew and they profited off of it. We have to look at what's the bigger motivation for a virus, and the bigger motivation for a lockdown and an economic slowdown, or what we might be heading to is another Great Depression, if we're being honest with ourselves. So think about it. All these small businesses, independent people, they make their own money. They, we have communities that, where small businesses thrive. Now, the government claims that they're going to give them loans, zero interest loans and all of this, but it's really hard to recover things. Like, we still don't have a moratorium on rent or mortgages. So at the end of the day, whenever this lockdown's over, even if you can't become evicted, you're still going to have to pay 6 months of rent. There's going to be nothing you can do about that. And it seems that it's robbing the middle class again of all of our wealth.
I've never filed for unemployment before, and I managed to do it wrong somehow. So instead of seeing the benefits within next week or, a week from now, that would have been on the current cycle had I put it in correctly about 20 days ago, so near 3 weeks ago. So I would be starting to see the benefits, but due to my inability to put in the filing correctly, it's going to take even longer. And that's one of those things where it's like, how many other people are going to be affected by that?
I feel like, again, everything's corrupt, It's like people don't want to close things. They don't want to shut down borders. They don't want to stop airlines just because the money. It's always about money. It's always, I don't want to lose money, but here we are. Like, people are laid off. Unemployment's ridiculous. Like, my roommate's been trying to apply for unemployment for days, and either they keep hanging up, the line doesn't work. She calls literally anytime throughout the day. The website crashes. Even this $2 trillion that they put out, I really doubt that that's actually going to come to any of us.
The governments of the world never let a crisis go unused. So with this, I think that moving forward, we're going to lose a lot of rights, and people willingly gave them up. They want the government in the streets. They want to use our location data now to monitor if people are obeying the stay-at-home rules, like things like that. And people think, oh, it's a good thing. It's really not, because you give those rights away and you never get them back. It's wishful thinking to think that when a government, has overstepped to handle a situation, that, oh, after the situation's over, oh yeah, we'll give you back the power. We're not gonna do that again. It's wishful thinking. And I think coming up in the future, especially with the economic unrest and probably societal unrest, there'll probably be, riots and things like that, because people are upset and there's no one to pick the food. So there's gonna be food shortages, and all these things are coming up in the near future that, our rights are gonna be severely diminished.